Whether it's turning lemons into lemonade or using a wrench to hammer some nails, getting that end result is the ultimate goal. And when you're at a disadvantage or have limitations to deal with, you have to be clever to deliver. And while the new 2018 Subaru Crosstrek isn't handicapped in any way, it still packs a 2.0-liter four-cylinder boxer engine with 152 horsepower and 145 pound-feet of torque. It's a perfectly adequate engine for everyday commuting, but when you're sitting at the bottom of a 72% grade uphill climb, a few doubts will creep into your mind. Met the gas pedal, and the small crossover attacks the hill, but somewhere past the halfway point, its momentum is feeling less effective. Doubts are had. Breaths are held. Will it roll back? Can it finish the climb? But with the gas pedal still firmly planted on the floor, the car inches forward bit by bit. It's Bizarro Gandalf in the Fellowship of the Rings. "You shall pass," it says as it urges forward and triumphantly reaches the summit. This interesting situation really highlights the plucky strength and charm of the new Subaru Crosstrek. Of course, a huge part of this particular equation is the X-Mode drive setting that was introduced this year on Crosstreks with automatic transmissions. X-Mode helps the car maintain traction and grip in slippery conditions. It's just one part of the Crosstrek that has been seriously improved in order to maintain the car's adventurous personality while also raising its refinement levels and day-to-day livability. Now entering its second generation, the big story with the Crosstrek is that it's built on new architecture. This didn't lead to massive changes dimensionally, as the car is only slightly longer and wider than before. These slight increases deliver more space in the cabin, specifically the rear seats, which are more livable than before. Behind those seats, there's enough space to stack 3 golf bags, for all the golfers out there, or exactly 20.8 cubic feet, for all the non-golfers out there. Slap those rear seats down and the cargo capacity expands to 55.2 cubic feet, which is downright cavernous compared to subcompact crossovers out there. Style-wise, the car has body cladding that makes it look rugged and adventurous in the same way you'd look at someone with a barbed wire tattoo and assume, yeah, he'd be helpful when I need to move my furniture around. With its 8.7 inches of ground clearance, the Crosstrek will easily tackle muddy, gravelly and snowy roads with ease. Higher trim level models come with flashy 18-inch wheels that look like ninja stars. While the exterior design isn't anything radical, the interior has been thoroughly redone for this generation. The previous Crosstrek always seemed a bit Spartan and low-end, but this model comes with a fantastic design and plenty of high-end feeling materials. Stylish two-tone leather seats are also available. The dashboard design is all new and Android Auto and Apple CarPlay support comes standard. The new Subaru Starlink infotainment system is now easier to use and much more responsive. In addition to that, there are other bright and easy-to-read screens that provide more useful information. Subaru also updated the EyeSight suite of safety equipment that's offered on the Crosstrek. It has adaptive cruise control, pre-collision braking, lane keep assist and reverse automatic braking. There's also a new high beam assist function to prevent you from blinding oncoming motorists. The automaker believes that the car will earn the coveted Top Safety Pick Plus rating from the IIA just like the new Impreza did earlier this year. But the big news with this year's crossover is the new platform. It's stiffer and the suspension has been completely redone, which really helps the car's on-road manners, which was a point of criticism with the last generation model. It's the second product built on Subaru's new global, scalable architecture that will expand to the rest of the brand's lineup. To prove its point, Subaru brought us to a track just to show how much more responsive and agile the car is. And true to form, this small crossover was surprisingly well behaved. In particular, the steering response was nice and quick, as the car features the same ratio rack as the company's BRZ Sports Coupe. Body roll was decently controlled, considering we're talking about a crossover on the track. The powertrains have been reworked too, but it might not seem that way based on their power ratings. Now making 152 horsepower and 145 pounds-ft of torque, Subaru says it changed 80% of the components in the 2.0-liter Boxer engine. While it doesn't feel particularly powerful or fast, the engine is more responsive and those ponies come on about 500 RPM sooner. The Crosstrek can still feel a little sluggish and the engine sounds terrible when taxed. The new manual transmission gets an extra gear, bringing the total to 6, but it never feels engaging or fun. The CVT model has been retuned and gets the previously mentioned X-Mode drive setting, which provides hill descent control and optimizes a number of settings for better off-road capability. In an off-road test that Subaru set up for us, the car didn't seem at all fazed by rough terrain or intimidating downhill segments. It even handled a seesaw and river crossing obstacle with ease. That's really the beauty of this car, as it can go from driving on the roads to riding on the trails without a compromised ride quality. Buyers in this segment are usually looking for good fuel economy and should be happy with the 27 mpg city and 33 mpg highway ratings that the CVT model gets. The 2018 Subaru Crosstrek arrives as a versatile, do-anything kind of crossover. With its excellent size and capability, it has become a good choice for many buyers. Now more advanced and refined, this car is priced right in that sweet spot of $23,000 in the US, meaning this small crossover should be on every buyer's shortlist. According to Cars.com, there are roughly 17,000 copies of the 2017 Subaru Outback on dealer lots across the United States. That's slightly more than 1 month's supply for the Outback, a high-riding crossover of a wagon that has lately attracted an average of 15,600 US sales per month. But with a modest facelift and underskin refresh due for the 2018 model year, there are already 6,000 Outbacks in stock at Subaru dealers. Subaru needs these 2017 Outbacks to disappear before full availability of MY 2018 Outbacks kills demand for the outgoing model. So Subaru is doing what Subaru doesn't do. You can get a deal on a 2017 Subaru Outback. Granted, it's not the $23,500 discount witnessed last week on remaining editions of the 2017 Volvo XC90 T8 Excellence. It's not the $6,923 price cut on remaining in stock 2017 GMC Acadia SLTs or the $3,000 rebate on 2017 Lexus GX460S. This is Subaru, after all, where incentivization is as rare as a smart photo EV dealer. According to TrueCar, Subaru spent just $1,009 in incentives per vehicle in July 2017, 72% below the industry average, the lowest of any major automaker. That equals a modest 4% discount on the price of an average Subaru in an industry that discounted vehicles by 11% in July. For the 2017 Subaru Outback, however, Cars Direct says the typical absence of Subaru rebates remains intact, but their 2017 Outback adds enticements via interest-free financing for up to 63 months. Cars Direct says these offers on the 5th-generation Subaru Outback are the best they've ever been. The only problem? Outbacks don't stay on the shelf long when there are no deals to be had. Prospective Outback customers who want to snap up Subaru's current deal will not have many weeks before stock runs dry. The 2018 Subaru Outback, meanwhile, is all but visually identical to the 2017 model. Engines are unchanged, but the continuously variable transmission is retuned to be smoother and more responsive, and to sound less CVT-ish. The Outback is expected to be more hushed inside thanks to thicker windows. There are also infotainment upgrades.
A whole new generation of Subaru models is hitting the road off the back of a $1 billion plus investment on the all-new Impreza. The first of the company's SUVs to get an overhaul is the XV, the smallest of the range and the one with the shortest history with the Japanese maker. The pickup. Ali. This doesn't look that much different to the first XV. And I'm hating this bright orange color. Paul. It is massively different under the skin, even if the styling is much the same. About the only thing that's survived from the original XV is the engine, which has only had a mild tweak. And I don't think you should dismiss a car because of the color. ALI. So it's all-wheel drive, not like other compact SUVs you can get with front-wheel drive. Is that necessary, given most roads these days are sealed? I don't see too many giant potholes to tackle on a school run. Paul. All-wheel drive is Subaru's signature and helped save the company in the 1990s because it gave it something special. It's not about rock hopping, but having some extra security if you're driving on dirt roads for the school run. They say it makes the car safer, though it increases the price and is a little thirstier. ALI. So it starts from about $32,827 on the road? And it's up against the Mazda CX-3 and the Toyota CHR we had a few weeks ago, and the other baby SUVs? Paul. That's it. Subaru says the price is up by about $1,200 from the previous model, but people are spending more to move to the upper variants. We're driving the 2.0i Premium, from about $36,113 drive away. Worth mentioning is that Subaru has ditched its stupid 6-month service intervals, although 12,500 kilometers in 12 months is still not up to the 15,000 kilometers benchmark. The baggage. ALI. The cabin feels pretty roomy and the view is good. And it has my favorite CarPlay setup. Paul. I'm more worried that there is still limited space in the boot. It's better than a Mazda CX-3, but it's still not great and it's even light on with a space-saver spare. ALI. Looking in the boot, why are there no hooks for hanging things? You need that for an off-road type vehicle. It's got to be finished properly and I feel these little details are missing. I think you could get some good miles out of this for long-range camping trips. Paul. That's more likely to be the job for the Forester or Outback stablemates. The XV is supposed to be for young singles who want something to carry their toys on the weekend, with some SUV grip and ground clearance for snow or sand. ALI. Well, at least the rear seats fold properly flat, not like some of those baby cars. Paul. It's only 310 liters in the boot itself, but Subaru says you can fill the whole back to the roof and get 1240 liters of carrying space. ALI. I like the contrast stitching on the leather seats. It shows we're driving a loaded model. Paul. Best for me is that it gets the EyeSight safety pack, which is auto safety braking, radar cruise control and lane keep assist. But it's still not on the base model, which I think is wrong. The commute. Paul. This feels a lot more eager than the original XV. It was really dozy, partly because of the constantly variable transmission that seemed to make lots of noise, but not enough forward motion. And the car is very quiet. ALI. I'm fine with the CVT. I don't even notice it. And, quite frankly, it doesn't matter to me because most people buy something that is good for fuel and I'm sure this helps. Paul. But don't you prefer the dual-clutch type of gearboxes that come in VW Group cars? ALI. As long as the result is the same as the European cars, then it's a winner for me. I also like the sound this engine makes, as it lets you know you're driving a car and not just observing. The shopping. ALI. Wow. This is a great car, comfy seats, lots of room, lots of gadgets. I am sold. Normally I don't like Subarus, so this is saying something. Paul. I think it gets the job done. It is definitely bigger than the CX-3 and more practical than the CHR with the crazy rear-end styling. ELI. The view from this one is much better. Do those roof racks mean we can carry camping stuff, Mum? ALI. I guess there is that. Paul. That's more about styling and giving people the idea that it's an escape machine. ALI. One thing that really annoys me at the shops is the way the ignition works. You have to move at lightning speed to put the windows up after you turn the engine off. Paul. I hadn't noticed that. Most cars give you about 30 seconds of power to get organized. Sunday run. Paul. I really like this XV when you get out of the burbs. It's quiet, comfy, gets along well. ELI. Can we go up that dirt road now, Dad? Paul. Absolutely. It's really well balanced off the bitumen, not like some of the front-drive little SUVs that clatter through bumps and kick back through the steering. ALI. I liked driving up to the mountains near home. It goes well and the brakes are good too. Paul. I really like the double-stack display screens. When you're using the sat-nav you get a big map picture and then separate directions on the small screen at the top of the dash. Family. Paul. It's not a great family car for me, because it's really stretched for space with the three of us. It's good when we're just driving around, but I don't know about a weekend away. ALI. Yes, I know I pack a lot of stuff, but it's still better than the CX-3. Paul. I really like the eyesight safety in this car, but it's getting up there on price. ALI. My girlfriends don't mind the price, because they like the car. The Tick. ALI. I knew from the start that the XV would get the tick from me. Paul. Me too. But it's more than that for me. This is now my favorite in the compact SUV class, taking over from the Mazda CX-3. ALI. You're right. It's the one I like the best and the one I recommend.